Yeah.
It's pretty crazy what they've been doing for two.
Almost something else.
Pledge the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Is this backward? Is this different than what it was before? I think we normally do the minutes first.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We'll do, everybody had a chance to look at the minutes from last month. So, any changes, comments? If not, I will take a motion for the secretary to file them.
I will make that motion.
Motion by Greg, second by Deb. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. I'll go public comment. Brandon? And, oh, all right. Sounds good. We'll go into the engineer's report. Anything from the engineer?
I did not receive anything.
Okay. Solicitor's report.
Nothing new on the real estate assessment appeal, data centers and zoning. I think Sam emailed a copy of Winterstown's to everybody late today. That is the only borough that we're aware of that has done one. We are keeping our eyes on all other ones that are being handled down in the southeastern end of the county, and we will keep everybody posted on it. And I know the law, what they're doing in the legislature regarding the data centers is everything from tax breaks on one end to making an amendment to the MPC to allow us to prohibit them on the other end. So just keep our eyes open. Like I said, we're not going to do like we did with the building codes a couple years ago where we thought we were getting ahead and we passed an ordinance and then they changed the rules and we had to pass another one. So we'll wait and see what everybody else does and then we'll make our wheel run a little bit better than theirs. That's all I have unless anybody has something for me.
Anybody have anything for Mike?
If Sam sent an email to all of us, I did not get it.
I did not either.
Okay, I'll double check,
Thank
make sure it gets, I would ask somebody else if you would, if you got it, to pass it along to anybody who didn't. Could have been it went in, or could have been it too that it went in her outbox and didn't send yet.
Okay.
But we'll make sure you get it.
All right, zoning and codes. The monthly report, did that come through email?
It did,
It didn't come.
no,
All
it
right,
has
so,
not come.
is there, how are we gonna go about, now we're switching over, about getting, can we reach out to him and get it like
Yeah,
5 days or 7 days,
Yeah.
whatever, before, something like
yeah,
that?
I'll reach out to him.
Okay.
I did forward an email to him regarding something else today, and he is out of the office for 2 weeks.
Okay.
So, but I'll ask him to send us the June report.
Anything else for zoning?
Is everything caught up on the existing report from last month?
I-
Is there any pending things on there that were not finalized yet? Or,
I did not get a report from Todd either on anything.
I mean, the one that was there from last month that we had? Let's see, I'll have the
It
notes.
looks like there might have been two that were well, we got four that are kind of in limbo.
Okay,
You know,
I'll
one's
just
called
double check with her.
search
Probably stuck in her outbox.
for a lien or for,
So we need a report and from Todd and from him. It's just so we don't get lost,
Right,
because
yes.
Todd was gonna finish what he had.
Right.
Okay, all right, so we just need a report from both.
Taken care of that was existing.
Yep.
I did get an email from Robin McGrew. They pulled demolition permits for the houses across the street, and that is going to be taking place at the end of this month.
Anything else on zoning and code? Albert,
Nope, not got nothing.
Good.
We just got the yard sale and chicken barbecue this weekend,
this weekend coming up,
Saturday.
okay?
I did receive a letter from West Manheim Township.
Yep. Same deal as the one with the fire police. Just need a motion if, West Manheim Township requests any, fire police from us. Just need a motion for them to
Now, make a
help out.
motion.
Motion by Greg,
Yeah, it's specifically for the Pleasant Hill Fireman's Carnival.
20th to 25th.
Yeah.
Motion by Greg,
Second.
second by Bill, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Do I need to follow that up with a letter?
That would be a Michael question.
I don't,
Yes, they're asking for a reply, so you can just
Okay.
send to them that Seven Valley's approved their
Okay.
attendance.
All right, perfect, thank you.
All right, recreation,
There's no report on either one of them. The YMCA, the Roses, we meet next week, July 14th, and the Playground Committee meets tomorrow.
while we're on that, I wanna put a C on there for right now. Jessica had brought up last month about the playground committee saying about a crosswalk. If we can be in touch with somebody from the state and at least keep the ball rolling on our side as they ask us for stuff like that.
Okay,
Just to keep it on our radar so we're not
okay.
kicking it down the road for a year and then
And-
we're behind on permits or whatever we might need.
I'll reach out to Brock as well.
Perfect.
On that fire police thing, I don't think you guys have to respond, it's just us. You guys give us permission to do it if we have.
Right, it's an insurance thing on
Yeah,
our side, I
well, they're-
believe.
They're specifically requesting a reply, so they have
Oh,
something.
okay.
that's-
Okay, I didn't
For the
know that.
workman's comp, yeah. It's
Okay,
just,
I don't think I'll have people together.
Right.
That's why I'm just saying,
it's
wait a
just,
minute.
it's an
It's all-
insurance thing on our side.
Okay, fine.
it's
I
always,
understand.
it's always up to you guys if you have manpower. or
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have
No,
anybody,
I would assume the Jefferson Carnival doesn't usually reach out for fire police.
not no more now.
Okay,
Now, do you get a letter from them as well?
Now and then, I don't get it often.
So you didn't get one for this one?
As far as I know, I didn't yet.
Okay,
To our meeting next month, or not, next week,
okay, thank
and then
you.
I'll find out.
All right, anything else on recreation? All right, old businesses, planning commission vacancies are the same, 2, nobody new. The streetlight contract renewal,
I didn't get anything.
didn't get anything from that.
Same with Comcast.
Same with
Yeah,
Comcast.
Todd was gonna look into that because we originally did that in 2011, and typically they're 20-year terms. So it would put us to 2031. He was gonna look and see.
So we
get a
might
copy
not-
of that. I just would suggest that in your spare time, you figure it
Yeah.
out with him, find a
Yeah.
copy of it,
which one was that?
just see where we're at.
Right. Yeah.
Was that
The
Comcast or
last one was
streetlight?
10.
Comcast.
Comcast.
Oh,
That was
the
the
last
answer.
streetlight was 10.
Right.
The last contract we had.
Yeah, I think he thought the streetlight is probably up, but the Comcast him and Mike talked about is probably, we might be talking about it 5 years before we have
I mean,
to.
it's, if it was 5-year renewal periods, this would be the year. Typically Comcast wants 20 years.
Okay. Any other old business from anybody we're missing? Okay, new business? Anybody have anything?
Yes, he's not saying anything.
We'll go to the treasurer's report. Everybody got that in an email? Had a chance to look it over? Any questions, comments on it? Comments from the treasurer on it?
Just, if you compare last month's to this month's, they may not line up exactly. I wasn't able to recreate the exact report that Todd was using.
Okay.
So what I used, what came off the bank statement.
Okay,
And as soon as I get access to the Orrstown, I will update the June treasurer's report with the Orrstown information.
which we're working through.
Yes.
Probably pretty close to done with
Yeah.
as far as signatures and all that good stuff. All right, if not, I will take a motion to approve, accept, and file statement for audit, and the treasurer to pay any regular bills until the next meeting.
I will make that motion.
Motion by Gary, second by Mark, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay. Secretary's report. Take your time, we flew through that. You're good, no, you're good though.
Just a couple things. Like I said, Kevin's out of town until 7:13. Todd did ask me to let everyone know that Kevin was provided keys to the meeting room and to the lockbox so that he could let people drop off applications to the lockbox. And that if he needed to meet someone, they could meet in the meeting room. The sewer letter is ready to go out, just working on, I needed envelopes and a way to pay for envelopes and things like that, so those should go in the mail this week. I've been working in the office, just kind of setting things up here. I intend to work here in the office. So it's going to take a little time to get everything the way I feel it should be. And with that, there's going to be some files that will need to be destroyed. So I'll work with Mike and Sam to have a motion at a future meeting to destroy any records that need to be destroyed.
Yeah, I'll double check and see if we ever filed a formal records retention policy. I think we did years ago.
I remember filling out a request and having it signed and
Yeah, typically we follow the state guidelines,
Yeah.
whatever they are, as far as, that, and the museum commissions or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you need any guidance, just drop me an email.
Okay, perfect. I've been working with the banks to get all that settled. I reconciled the May and the June bank statements this month, so that all checked out. And I'll be working with the workers' comp audit to complete that audit in the next few weeks.
Okay, anything else? Anybody have anything for the secretary? Questions on some of the changes, anything, the problems? Everybody good? Cool. Mayor's report.
As well, as you all know, I was, myself and Cheryl were at the Pennsylvania State Association of Boroughs Conference last meeting. I do plan on, they did release all of the session PowerPoints and presentations, that I would like to, I don't know if I'll be able to forward them per se in an email because of size. So I can forward at least maybe the website and the secure password to get into that, to view them. There are, and it kind of goes along with the York County Boroughs Association meeting that myself, Cheryl, and Megan attended last week. The big thing at the state is data centers. I think, I say, while I think there's a place for them, Seven Valleys is not that place, but I do think there's a lot of misinformation out there as well.
Absolutely.
From when these all started, I think a lot of it is it's called a lot of municipalities, behind the eight ball, and it's really questioned, not studying up on zoning and updating and reviewing that in a timely fashion, I know we kind of fall into that. It could have been 20, 30 years since we really had an in-depth look at zoning and all that. With that being said, I think, and going along with Mike, the legislator, until they come out with what they want to do, party-wise, I think it's, both parties are kind of in unison in saying that they want to leave it up to the municipalities, but there's got to be some say and direction from the state. At this point, the state has pretty much, the data center wants to go in, they're responsible for all their own infrastructure, all their own power consumption, and, they're really trying not to have that passed along to ratepayers. The one big thing that I found was interesting is, and it came from, a lot of department secretaries in the state as well as elected members of the legislature, is if a data center comes to you, don't be scared to say, well, this is what we need. There's places in the state that, went to them and said, well, that's fine, you can come in here, but just know we don't have fire trucks that can handle your building. And they basically said, well, how much money do you need? And bought $1 million, multi-million-dollar fire trucks. If you have a wish list, they said, give it to them. They've got money to spend. We all know they might bring the temporary jobs for the first couple years while building. The permanent jobs may not stay. I think one of the big things that I found too that's interesting at the state level is, and we're hoping they pass it, is they are working on, they would like to say if a data center would come to a borough like us, they say, well, we have the right to pass pass a resolution and ordinance of a 6-month grace period, saying where we have 6 months to look at our zoning and change it, and you don't fall into that. You know, now, I mean, that could help, but again, until all that stuff is passed and until, you know, they all agree, you know, but, you know, I think it is a good thing that, you know, is there a possibility in Seven Valleys Borough where one would come in? I would say not a large one. Could there be a small, you know, one? Maybe. You know, I mean, so it is something that I think, you know, we should stay on top of and, you know, maybe, you know, as we look at it, you know, with that, maybe look at some other zoning requirements and updates. You know, if we're gonna make one update to something like that, it might be worthwhile to, you know, try to see what else we can change, or what else needs updated. I don't wanna say a change per se, but, so that's a big thing going on with the state and affects all of us, so, I mean, that was the big thing. Other than that, you know, the state's fall conference is beginning of October in Erie this year. Again, I mean, I'd be more than happy to represent the borough in going, but if anybody else would like to go, I would highly recommend it. You know, that one's not as bad because that's a Friday, Saturday, half-day Sunday. It is in Erie, so it is a longer drive, but again, they are very worthwhile, and it does, again, makes you realize that it doesn't matter the size of the boroughs, we're all facing the same issues, you know, in different ways, but we all face the same issues, doesn't matter how big or small we are, so. Other than that, I have nothing else.
I'd just like to add to that, this is my spiel. When is the chance that you'll ever get to go to Erie? And so it's a beautiful drive in the fall, it's a second week in October, the landscape is beautiful. You have a beautiful place to stay right on Lake Erie. Presque Isle National State Park is there. Think about going. I mean, when will you ever get to go to Erie and really have a little mini vacation? And you guys are all sportsmen, and there's all kinds of things to do there out on Presque Isle. There's Steve Waterberg, plus there's history, but and Tom Ridge's Environmental Center is there, and I just really think that, I know that some of you would enjoy it. And you take the plunge, do it one time. Think about it.
The only coastline in Pennsylvania.
I know, no sharks.
Sharks.
They have shark t-shirts that say Lake Erie, no sharks.
All right. Thank you. And liens did not change this month.
No changes.
EDUs did not change. And on the pump station, that was what we're sending out the letters on.
Yeah, I did want to mention on the report, their audit showed nothing that surprised me at all, other than the fact that their debt's down to $747,000. That ain't gonna stay that way for long. But take a look at the monthly report. You can see that the Valley Road and Seven Valleys, there's a lot of things that are already well over budget for repairs, primarily due to the problem that we've been trying to deal with all along. And that's really about the only thing. They're looking at their local share grant, hopefully hearing in September. So take a look through it. Those were the things that I found of interest.
Last year, it was December till the LSA grants came
Yeah,
in.
and that's not a surprise either. It's like when PennDOT says they're gonna fix the bridge in 2027, it'll be 2031.
Yeah.
Has there been any news on putting in the overhead warning system?
I haven't, the last time I talked to, when did I see them? Nothing as of now. I'm surprised kind of the foundation was supposed to be poured a lot sooner than the actual arm and all that. But I think the arm did get pushed back a little to later in the fall now than when they were thinking, but yeah, I don't know if they're still waiting on permits or if it went out to bid and they're waiting on, you know, but I can see if I can get an update from the commissioner.
Okay.
Mike, do you remember what the grant was that they put in, how much for that, was it?
I don't remember, I
It was
think,
like $1 million, right
To
around $1
cover
million.
would cover the
Yeah.
pump station.
Plus, I think maybe even a second one. I thought 'Cause I thought, or they did it two ways, cause I thought they were talking about even doing like one between this pump station and the sewer plant. That way it might take off some more of that strain, the strain of this system here.
Yeah, it's 508 is the budgeted amount for the pump station, but then again, you've got, I don't know if that includes engineering, I don't know if it includes anything else, and, I think if you get more, you can find a place for it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Anything else, Megan?
I attended the York County Administrators Association meeting. The speaker was the executive director from the not Humane Society, SPCA. SPCA has kind of been a hot topic the last few years. They are projecting that the SPCA contract will go up each year. They're anticipating that it won't go up as much as it did in the previous years. A lot of what the municipalities contribute to for the SPCA has to do with insurance costs. So they're looking at the increase being equivalent to the insurance costs. As you said, we attended the Borough Association meeting, and on a personal note, I completed my CPR certification this month through the CERT program, but I don't anticipate on needing those skills at any meetings, so we'd like to keep it that way.
Thank you. Mike?
Nothing.
Cheryl?
Well, for now.
Doug?
Good, thank you, sir.
Gary?
I have one number, and I'm gonna go around and look at the poles again, unless somebody knows of a street light that's out. And I'll get that back to you since we're working on a contract meeting with them, but an update on that. I only know of one, so I'll make sure that, and I'll get that number to you. And that's it.
Mark? Greg?
Yep.
Deb?
No.
Andrew?
As far as we talked about files briefly there, like what type of files do we need to destroy and why?
I'll be looking into I'm still
Of what we have.
looking at what we have.
We have a lot, and
Yeah.
when we moved it, it's a lot.
Right.
And some of it's really, really old.
Yeah.
It's, like really old.
So
She was just looking in, we're not gonna go and destroy it without the proper
Yeah.
motion.
Yeah.
Nobody's destroying it, but she needs to work at looking through it and then find out what we have and figure out what the right way is to getting rid of it.
And I had mentioned to Cheryl and Doug that there's some historical photographs and things, and maybe the right way to go to handle that is to contribute them to one of the historical societies. I just feel that they're better prepared to handle that type of information than we are.
Talking about records, this is a little bit of a change of the subject, but now that we have a building, I know you guys have said no to this before, but I think that we should have a picture of council with the years that you're serving and start like a wall of photographs going forward so that in years to come, you come here and you'll see who was on council 10, 15 years ago. We never had a building before, so we couldn't do that, but think about it.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
The only other thing is if somebody has a couple minutes to look at that outside door to see if we can get it to close a little better, I'd appreciate it. It's very difficult to get it to close all the way from the inside.
Not easy to open. That might be, is that will Wellspan come and make it set?
I can ask Todd if that's a well-span thing.
Yeah, we can look at it, but that
Okay.
might be something else. Anything, Bill?
Yeah, a couple things. You mentioned CPR. Can you look into it with Wellspan? Is there a AED accessible for us?
Okay,
If not,
I can ask.
I think we all looked at getting a box mounted in here. And,
I will tell you that the last CPR training I had was when I was in high school, and it is very different. I'm not going to tell you how many years ago that was, but And I didn't realize how different it was going to be because back then they didn't teach civilians how to use AEDs.
Right.
So the training that I received included AEDs. Yeah, and like I say, I hope it's something I never have to use,
Right.
but
I'll help you through it.
Same. I gotta go through the same thing too.
something that was particularly interesting about the class that I took through CERT, they had it at York Central High School, and after the CPR class, we did water rescue in the pool.
That's cool. And Megan, as you continue, just feel free, if you need something, reach out, and
Yeah.
we'll try to equip you the best we can.
I placed an order for some office supplies today, so
Good.
like I said, I want to get the office set up as an office should be set up, and
Good.
so.
That's it.
And the only thing I have is, since you're gonna be spending some time in this building, if you can find out how to get this room cooler than what it is right now, that would be excellent.
I tried before the meeting, and what I did didn't help.
Well,
but-
yeah, if we have to reach out to somebody to get it to help,
Yeah.
if we could do that, that would be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been known to set meeting rooms at 62 degrees.
Yeah,
so-
well, just to be able to control it would be
Yeah. Yeah.
good. That's all I have. Public comment.
Just real quick,
Brandon.
Brandon Brenneman,
Yep.
81 Main Street, for the new secretary.
Thank you.
The recreation, the playground committee, what time is that again?
Noon tomorrow.
Noon tomorrow, thank you. And then the crosswalk that was mentioned, is that pertaining to the playground? Or
Yes.
is that somewhere else?
No, that would be from Church Street over to the entrance of the rail trail, since there's no sidewalk on that side of the
makes sense,
street.
Yes, okay, I thought so, but I wanted to ask.
Yep. And it's just gonna be, it's something we can't just go out and paint because of being a
Oh,
PennDOT
that- I was
street.
gonna say it's state owned.
Right.
So we're controlling that, anyway. Not to dig a lot further, I was kinda shocked as well as Andrew. What kind of files would normally be considered for destruction or removal?
I have no idea. I just know we have a lot of stuff.
Typically, the stuff that you get rid of is routine correspondence.
Okay,
Like somebody wrote a letter, and there are very strict guidelines from the state of Pennsylvania as to what you can and get rid of. Like, for example, the sewer authority sends out sewer bills.
right.
They can keep it for 5 years. There are specific requirements, and we must follow those as a municipality. We can't just get rid of things. Some things have to be kept permanently. Obviously, your ordinances, your minutes, things of substantial government business.
And anything related to commercial property has to be kept indefinite, or
Right.
But we
forever.
probably have a box of zoning violations from 1958.
Yeah, that's,
It might not be quite that bad.
But I know, but I'm
68.
just saying, like,
Yeah.
we-
That was 1998, yeah.
and if,
That's what I was asking, I didn't know what.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
mean,
go-
I
I'm
think we have
gonna-
zoning permits from 2000.
yeah, I'm gonna take a look, and if we don't have a policy, I know Redline just updated theirs, I will send you what Redline has, simply so, because again, it's mirroring the guidelines from the state of Pennsylvania, primarily established by the Historical Museum Commission. They say what you must keep and what you can't. How they ended up having regulatory authority is beyond me, but I've seen stranger things in Pennsylvania. But you're not gonna be getting rid of any type of official records that we would need even 50 years up in the future if they need to look back.
Right, I appreciate you explaining, I just couldn't
Sure.
wrap in my brain what documents would be up for,
Some of them are old tax bills, like when the tax collector gives you money, gives you a bunch of bills. Well, after 10 years, you don't need those anymore.
I think it's 7.
Is it 7?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, a lot of
you
them are
don't need
between
those.
5 and 10.
And that takes up a lot of space in the
corporate,
file.
we always keep them to 10, even though it's only 7 needed or something,
Right.
just for record. I got where you're coming from now, I appreciate you answering.
Sure.
Just housekeeping things to just,
Oh, absolutely, I just, like I said, I was
keep up to
racking my
date.
brain what it could be.
Yeah.
You explained.
Not a lot, but, again, things like I said, routine correspondence and that sort of thing.
All right, everybody good? All right, meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
That goes over for me. You need anything, you let us know.